Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. So we're going to take a look at some earnings trades. So for Amazon, today closed it right at new all-time highs. After hours is down about 130 some odd dollars a share. And you can see here this nice high here. And this is something that looked almost a lot like Netflix. So Netflix basically had the run into earnings. And when you see something like that, it's like the price is already baked in. And then once the earnings comes out, it sells off. Well, the same thing happened to Amazon. And the same thing happened to Apple. Apple closed at 293 after hours, got as high, a little over 300, and is now trading down about $4 from where it closed. From there, Tesla was up big and then fell all day long. Facebook up big, fell all day long. Microsoft actually held fairly steady, and that one held. So, with some different ways to play these. All right, so for Amazon, we had two different plays on Amazon. So the main one we did was a run into earnings, and that was pretty sweet. The stock had a huge move today. We had bought some calls yesterday, flipped them out today, well over 100%. That was great. Now after hours, you'll notice a really crazy thing here. I've actually never seen this before. Someone told me that there was maybe a Reddit thread or something like that where they were doing this, but the 3680 calls, which are 10 standard deviations away, there is like 3,374 contracts where people were buying these at 7 and 8 cents, hoping to, I don't know if they're going to hold them through or what. On principle, I had to sell those naked. So sold those naked. At this point, I should bag the $80 profit tomorrow because I don't think this is going to open up over 3680 tomorrow. But I've never seen value of any option at 10 standard deviations. That was pretty crazy. And then from there, we just did an iron fly. So the iron flies, we also did that with Tesla. Worked very well. This is basically where we did the iron fly, and basically it's just a bet that, okay, Tesla's going to move after hours, but the expected move was like $75. And so the idea is that it's going to stay within that range, and it certainly did. And the value of those options imploded, and since we sold those, it worked well. Facebook, another one. Hey, we're looking at this thing to stay within the expected move. When it opened up and kind of came within its range, the value of those sold options imploded, right? And so the earnings season here has been fairly good. From there are more earnings coming up, but now the big daddies are kind of done. You got the Netflix, you got Google, you got Microsoft, you got Apple, you got Amazon. So at this point, I'm actually looking for the indexes to start selling off a little bit. And I think with that, the NDX in particular, there's an opportunity here for some low risk butterflies. I'll show you an example of this. Yeah, well, so what I'm looking for here is just to pull back to the 21 EMA. So we're at 9,000. That would take us to about 8,500. And obviously that would be a pretty steep fall, but of course we saw moves like that happen in 1 or 2 days when we were declining. So on something like that, you can do some establish some cheap butterflies. They don't cost very much. Typically, you can get a 20-to-1 risk to reward ratio if it works. So you just bet a small amount. If it doesn't work, that's fine. If it does work, it's great. I'll show you an example. All right, so this is an example of the butterfly. So we sold this one today. You'll notice here we used the 8,700, 8,500, 8,300 put for Friday. Sold it at $16. It's $200 wide. So um, the the potential, and this is a debit, so it could go. Technically, in theory, this is something you could buy at 16 and sell at 200. Now, the odds of that happening are very, very low. That would mean that it closes exactly at 8,500 in 8 days, okay? However, that being said, all we got to do is just get into the range here, and this could turn profitable. So if we got down to, say, 8,600, this could be a really, really profitable trade, or as it's just coming down. So what's nice about this is that you can put on the trade. You don't have to risk a lot. You have the potential for a grand slam home run. And then, of course, if you don't get to that $8,500, 8,500 strike by expiration, the idea that you could get a 2, 3, 4, 5x move is not out of the realm of possibility either. So anyway, pretty good there. All right, so for those of you that are not aware, We're going to be doing this amazing spread class this weekend. It's going to cover a lot of the stuff that I just talked about. Some of the stuff around earnings, as well as specific strategies to take advantage of essential premium decay, which has been working incredibly well in this environment because the premiums are so high. So if you go to simplertrading.com/spread, it'll bring this up. Henry has put this together. He's the most precise in terms of, if you're looking for, I need to know exactly what steps to do before I place a trade, and also in terms of what's the probabilities that this thing is going to work out, Henry's your guy. So he's going to be doing the actual strategies class, and it'll include an earnings analysis indicator. This is going to happen this Saturday. And so that basic strategy class is just $497. This is something that'll pay for itself if you're trading one lot at a time, in 2 to 3 trades. And then from there is something you'll get an ROI on for the rest of your life once you develop this skill. The pro version includes that plus 3 days of live trading, and then the elite version includes this plus the best support and resistance tool I've ever seen on the planet, called the Voodoo Lines tool. This is something where it's just eerie, eerie how much that works, and it's just something that we all use and couldn't look at a chart without at this point. So the class is this Saturday. The live trading dates will also be set up there just during market hours, and just want to let you know about this so you don't miss out on it. And this is a skill set, especially if you're newer to this, that is a game changer in the options world. Yes, I like to buy and sell, buy options, buy calls, and buy puts. But once you learn to identify the scenarios where you can actually sell the options, okay, and you're doing them as spreads and broken wing butterflies, and there's different strategies like that you can do. My gosh, you can take advantage of so many opportunities in the markets at pretty low risk, pretty high probability, and essentially just elevate your game. All right. You guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you at the next update.